Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. You can sit any way you'd like. Just find a spot where you feel comfortable and sturdy, not one where you're wanting to move and shift during the practice. Although this is just a short meditation today, so it's not really that important. Just find what works for you, really. We also keep our eyes open during this practice. And of course, if you've learned to practice with your eyes closed and you feel more comfortable doing it with your eyes closed, feel free to do so. There are no hindrances. Only if your eyes are open, go ahead and just leave the screen alone and drop them gently down to the floor or the desk, whatever is just below you. We're not staring at anything or analyzing, but we're also not blurry and buzzed out. We just have a nice, light, and gentle gaze directed softly downwards. You're in a nice, comfortable seated position and your eyes are open and down. Take a moment to find the breath. Wherever you feel it. It could be the lower belly, the chest, the abdomen or the nose. Wherever you feel the breath the most, simply place your attention with it. Just watch it carefully. Notice what it feels like to breathe. All right. Now just leave the breath alone. Forget everything you know about meditation. Forget trying to do anything in particular. Don't do any technique at all. Don't direct your attention anywhere. Don't try to stop thinking. Just stop trying. No technique, nothing special. And if you find this confusing, or if you don't understand, that's because you are identified with thinking. The mind doesn't know how to leave everything alone. Thoughts don't know how to do nothing, because they are always contemplating, worrying, and trying to better itself. But there's something that watches all of this. There's a part of your experience, and it's not deep, far within, it's on the surface. There's a part of your experience that notices thinking, that notices the sound of my voice, the birds outside the window, and the pain in your back. And this aspect that notices all of this is always present. And there's nothing to do to find it out. Because any action you do is the mind. It's thinking. So what's left? When there's nothing you can do about it, there's nothing you can't do about it, you leave it all alone. What's left? Stop trying. There's nothing to do. Then what? The mind can't understand this. So leave it alone. And just stay with whatever is left. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. There's no one to become. There's nothing to change. rest. All right, you can look at the screen. All right, we got a question today. All right. Thanks, Nathan. Thank you. What is loving awareness? I thought it's like being aware, but with compassion. Because months ago, I was practicing to be aware throughout the day, and later I noticed that actually it was my inner critic being aware. Okay, well, I'll start with that part. There's two parts to this question, so I'll start with that part. What is loving awareness? I don't know what loving awareness is. Where did you hear that from? There's a meditation that Buddhists do. It's called metta meditation, which means loving kindness. And I think we've actually done this here in one of the videos before, but it's where you picture somebody you're absolutely in love with, like your mother or a spouse or something like that. And you feel this sense of love, this sense of true compassion and yearning for this person. And then once you fully developed and feel this sense of love, you think about an acquaintance, somebody you work with or somebody you don't like or dislike, something like that. And you give that same love to them. You see them and see if you can sense that same sense of love with them. And then once you're adequate with that, you move to somebody you absolutely disdain, you don't like. And you see if you can find your sense of love with that. And this is a cultivation of compassion and love. It's called loving kindness. But awareness itself isn't anything. It's not loving, it's not hateful, it's not anything at all. It's not even awareness. You're it. Tatramasi, as the Yoga Sutra says, you're it. And the moment we say it's something, then we create something, an idea, a concept, and that's not what it is. Now, it can feel like especially if you practice on your own and you go and do a retreat or you sit for a long period of time in meditation, you start seeing through the categories and the things that we call other and not me. And you even see clearly the hate you have with the dislikes, but you also see through the likes and the loves. See through all of it. And there can be this sense of there's only love. There's only this deep sense of connectivity. These words are horrible. Don't attach to these words. It's like in the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu says the great Tao flows both to the left and to the right. It loves and nourishes all things, but doesn't lord it over them. And so awareness has this quality, but don't worry about loving awareness. Just be it and find out for yourself. But I wish I could be more of help. If you find somebody else, I would go find somebody who knows something about loving awareness and then ask them, because that's not something I know very much about. Second part of the question, and another one, I struggled a lot today with this meditation. This was the one where we did you are aware. We were just being awareness. I just finished a performance and it was quite hard for me to leave the emotion, which was really uncomfortable. It's about speaking out related to authenticity, so I didn't want to drop the idea of myself. I know you practice Zen Buddhism. Can you please tell me what they think about the self and about authenticity? Well, Buddhism, all of Buddhism is, they call anatman. Anatman is an essential idea in Buddhism. And this is because this is actually a response to Hinduism, because Hinduism talks about the self, Atman, and Buddhists say no, it's Anatman, non-self, no self. There is no self. It's all empty, shunyata. And for Buddhists, for Zen Buddhists, I don't think there's much talk about authenticity. If there is, I haven't heard it. Maybe the closest idea with Zen would be spontaneity. So just do it. Just do it. Don't think about it. Don't check. When thirsty, drink. When tired, sleep. That's it. Not, oh, I'm thirsty, and yeah, but what am I going to drink? Should I drink that? Ah, that has too many calories. Maybe I should drink that soda. Yeah, but what if I... No, just drink. Just eat. Just sleep. Just walk. Just listen to this video. That's it. Being authentic, it depends who you mean by I. Your authentic self. Is it the you with a story, who is born and will die, who has this life situation, problems, issues? That person has a name. Being authentically that is basically being authentically an idea, because that person ultimately is thinking. It's an idea. But what you really are, the one that sees this video, that sees the screen, hears this voice, before thinking arises. That's you. But not me with a story. Can't say a word about it. There's an immediacy of experience. And then we think about it. Oh, I'm here, that's that, but I'm tall, you're short, you're fat, you're ugly, you're nice, I hate you, you like me. That's thinking. But then before that, it's just, can't even call it awareness. If authenticity means anything, and I'm not talking for the Zen Buddhists, from my experience, it means this. Not your story, not your problems, and not your beliefs. Everything before that, before your problems, before your thoughts, and before your beliefs. And to understand this, you have to practice. It requires practice. And of course, it may be confusing because these words won't help you, really. A lot of the times I read these questions and I'm like, man, how am I going to say this without bringing you into the wrong direction? Because the direction is always simple. It's always this. What sees the screen? Everything else, all the other questions are about, oh yeah, but I don't know if it's, but it's thinking. It's contemplating. It's worrying. It's two. Me and you. Me and outside. But what sees that? What am I? That is the only question. So it's always that. But of course, continue to ask your questions. They can be of help, but I will always strive to point you back to you. What sees this? What hears this? Before this next thought arises. Now, I hope that helps. And of course, if that made no sense at all, I apologize. I do. But please ask if you have any other questions. I'll be happy to answer for you. And of course, practice, practice, practice every day. This is a thing that we do every day. And it doesn't end, technically. You always are practicing. When you're walking, what am I? What walks? What worries? What's depressed? What hates the work? What doesn't want to do this? And it's not a thinking question. Oh, well, I'm this kind of person. No. Look with attention. What? What? And of course, I post a video like this every day. So to help you with this daily practice, please join the Attentive Mind, and I'll be here for you, encouraging you to practice every day. And I would also encourage you to practice without these videos. In fact, it's better to do it without these videos. If you know the practice, just practice and sit and do it that way. Don't rely on the internet. Don't rely on the Attentive Mind. Practice on your own. Find out for yourself. And wake up from thinking. Thank you for showing up today, and thank you for showing up for your life. And as always, and without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.